Movies suck dick nowadays. There, I said it. Again, I'm saying truth to you. Listen to me here. Listen here. There's 7 goddamn Star Wars movies out. 7 now! 7! There's only one fucking Braveheart! What the fuck? At least 4 of those Star Wars should be Bravehearts. Tell me you wouldn't trade Return of the Jedi. Or the Phantom Clone Menace. Those would be great Bravehearts. Braveheart 2 Lost in New York. Phenomenal. Just a little joke. Surprised the Vietnamese don't talk more shit. You know, Vietnamese people. You're familiar with these people, right? They're the only people that beat us in a war. Did you know that? The Vietnamese. They're the only people that beat us in a war and they never talk shit. Very noble people. I respect them for that. If I was Vietnamese, I'd be insufferable. I'd walk everywhere like, what? What? Remember when you came into my house? Remember I told you get the fuck out of my house? Now I'm in your house, motherfucker! What? Your uncle died face down on a rice paddy outside the Nang, huh? Oh, what was he doing in my uncle's rice paddy? Your uncle brought a gun to my uncle's rice paddy. My uncle doesn't fuck around with rice paddy. That's why he gets lit the fuck up. What are you gonna say about me? What, did I eat dogs? What, the Vietnamese people eat dogs? Guess what? We don't. I don't know. What do you eat, a hot dog? Let me try it. Looks like a dick, tastes like shit. Patooey! October is SIDS Awareness Month. Okay, that's true. Don't groan at me, motherfucker. It's SIDS Awareness Month, Sudden Infant Death Syndrome. October, look it up. The CDC named it that. Now, I'm not going to make a joke about SIDS, okay, because I'm a SIDS survivor. I beat SIDS a couple times. But how the fuck am I supposed to raise awareness for SIDS? What am I going to do? Walk into baby delivery rooms, wherever they deliver babies? Hey.
Bobby, scare him.
Nice baby. That's a nice baby. Did you know that thing can suddenly and unexpectedly die on you, and there's not a fucking thing you can do about it? Well, it can. Trick or treat? Hey, nice baby. It's crazy. It's gonna be weird. Ambulances, are you familiar with these vehicles? You know about ambulances? You ever seen an ambulance? Let me give you a little lesson about ambulances that you already know. Why am I saying all these extra words? Listen. Ambulance. On the bump guard of an ambulance, which is that little plastic piece that comes up, it says ambulance, backwards, right? Do you know why it's backwards?
Why?
So you can read it in your rearview mirror. That's exactly right. So you can read it in your rearview mirror. And it's a good thing that it's backwards, because before that, you could only tell by the shape, color, flashing lights, and the blaring siren. It's the only way you could tell before. I remember it. They used to ride my ass ambulances all the time. I look into my rearview mirror and be like, hey, now what, Mom? Hey, now what, Mom? What the fuck is that? A Puerto Rican streetcar? It sure is loud and flashy. I'm not moving. All right, let me tell you something. I like morbid shit. I like reading about serial killers and massive tragedies. That's the kind of thing I like. What can I say? I like it. My roommate, Matthias, you saw him up here, very funny boy. He's confronted me about it because we live together. And he said, what are you watching all this serial killers documentaries and all this fucking shit? And I'm like, yeah, that is kind of weird, I guess. I talked to my therapist about it, and he said that I should talk about this on stage. So I'm going to talk about it. It's going to be weird. So here we go. I think the reason that I'm so enthralled with serial killers and murders and shit is because one of my best friends when I was a young kid was abducted and murdered by a serial killer, which is true. I lived in a town called Bolingbrook before I left there. In 5th grade, one of my best friends, his name was Randall Bosley, one of my top 3 friends. We called him Randall Raisin because he was very poor. All he ever ate for lunch was just raisins. He had terrible breath. I know I'm saying all that stuff, but you're a kid and that's what you remember. He was abducted and murdered by a serial killer named Vincent Checky. He is not very famous, but he is technically a serial killer. He killed 3 kids. He got one in Nebraska, another kid in Missouri, and Randall. And when that happened, my mom didn't let me go to the funeral because she thought it would be too upsetting for me. Whenever shit came on the news about it, she would turn it off and change the channel. Newspapers, all that shit. She just told me not to talk about it ever again. Then we moved that year to a new town and she told me not to talk about it. So I never talked about it with anyone. And so I never processed it. That's it. I'm just supposed to talk about that in front of people.
Love you, buddy.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just jerking your chain. Randall Raisin wasn't my friend. I fucking hated him. I hated that motherfucker. Come up to my lunch table with his fucking box of raisins trying to sit down. Get the fuck out of here, Randall Raisin, with your foul ass breath. Fuck you. I hope you die. Now he's dead. I got my wish. But imagine if he was my friend, you know? Imagine if he was my friend, that'd be a great story to tell. But now, if anyone ever asks me, do you know anyone murdered by a serial killer, I have to be like, nobody of significance.